Welcome back to Well, That's Interesting, and this is our socially distanced Christmas spectacular.
Yes. We are having a Christmas spectacular not next to you.
That's right, very far from you.
Very far from you.
And it was a couple of feet away from family members outside of our apartment building.
Yeah, we
just
did.
To say hey.
We did the thing. The family pulled up in a car.
That's right.
No one touched. We just
did not touch each other.
Handed each other baked goods.
Yes, because honestly, what the fuck do you get a 71-year-old woman? She's got everything.
She's got everything except for bomb vegan pumpkin bread, and we changed that.
That's right.
We
baked that. That was a baked good that we threw at her.
Yeah.
They didn't even stop. They just threw everything out the window while the car was rolling
by.
It
was a drive-by Christmas.
Yeah, they got pumpkin bread. We got
so many things.
So many things. We got baked bread, regular. We got
bread. Regular bread.
That's
we
right.
got cookies. We got cauliflower pancakes, vegan, amazing. I've already had 6.
They're fucking delicious. So yeah, that's the world we live in now. We have to barter food. And I'm not complaining. I like it a lot.
I love it. I wish we had longer interactions with family. I wish this is how I interacted with everyone else in the world. It was like a drive-by food throwing event. Right. I think I would like a lot more people in the world if we just communicated through food throwing.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Food fights.
I get what I want, which is sweet baked goods and fast, effortless conversation.
Amazing. No more fucking chit chat.
No.
Bullshit.
Here's your fucking bread.
Is that your best Brooklyn accent?
It's pretty bad. I'm so sorry.
I wonder if people are gonna have certain traditions from quarantine that they'll keep doing. Do you think that's possible? Is there anything out, you guys, email us. Is there something you did during quarantine that you're going to keep doing?
Yeah, please tell us about it. And please tell us about your drive-by Christmases, your Zoom Christmases.
Yeah, whatever fucking holiday.
Whatever, or your Zoom. Hanukkah. I had a friend who did a Zoom Hanukkah every night. They lit a candle with their family
adorable.
For all the days. So I thought that was pretty sweet.
That's fantastic.
Tell us about yours though, and tell us what you want to keep, and then tell us about. Okay, so we have this theory that when all this is done, when we got all of our vaccinations, we're feeling good. We're just gonna have a party for a solid year. I think that is going to be something that happens too.
Yeah, we're going to have our own roaring 20s, I think. And then if history repeats itself, which it will all crash again. So
exactly.
so we're going to have a good 2 or 3 years.
And then
there's going to be some sort of economic depression, and then life. But in the meantime, right now, you're listening to our a Christmas spectacular, holiday spectacular.
Yeah. By the way, I'm here with Jill Cha-Cha.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
And over there is Marissa Riley.
That's me. We made it.
We made it. You made it.
You made it.
We all fucking made it.
Yeah.
God. We also made it to episode 019, which it's the greatest gift of all. We're going to talk about the moon.
I love the moon. Not to brag, I heard about this subject a few days ago, and I have been begging Jill to give me details on this, on what if the moon disappeared.
Yes, that's
today's
our topic.
Episode.
What if the moon disappeared? And rather than tell you all the good things that it does, I thought, people don't know what they've got till it's gone.
Yeah.
So we're going to make the moon disappear for a few minutes, and then we're going to figure out what horrible things happen.
Oh, God.
That's right.
Tell me everything! Muppet voice. Okay.
Muppet voice. Other celestial happenings are in the news lately. At the end of 2020, there's this Saturn-Jupiter thing called a conjunction, which is when they're closest together in the night sky and the most observable because they're orbiting really close to Earth. Okay, it happens every 20 years or so, but how close they get varies. Okay. And being 2020, of course, it's the craziest conjunction.
Of course, they're making out.
They're
in public at a bar.
Oh, I miss that.
I miss that.
I miss that so much.
Good times.
According to earthsky.com, the 2020 Great Conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn will be the closest since 1623.
Whoa! And the Dark Ages.
That's right. Oh, and the closest observable since 1226.
Wow. So, ages I don't even know about.
Not even, what
barely
the hell?
Recorded. Yeah.
12, I don't even want to imagine.
No.
1226.
So much shit everywhere.
So much shit, literal shit. Literal shit. All right. Well, that's the conjunction. We're talking about the moon.
True or false? Hats make you go bald. This is actually false. Maybe still skip the fedora, though. Hair loss is a genetic condition that affects 2 out of 3 men by the age of 35. Those aren't great odds. But the good news is that Keeps can help with expert, personalized care and science-backed treatments that are up to 90% effective at reducing hair loss. All without leaving the house, delivered straight to your door. Hair loss stops with Keeps. For a special offer to get started, go to keeps.com/podcast. That's KEEPS.com/podcast.
Hello, everyone. You may recognize me as Gabby from the History of Everything podcast.
And my name is Brenna, and you don't recognize me from anything yet.
Together, we're 2 scientists who explore all of the weird little questions and conspiracies of the universe in our new podcast, Mystery of Everything. Everything has an explanation.
We hope.
But that is what we're here to figure out. We will dive into the science behind many popular conspiracy theories, such as vaccines causing autism, flat Earth theory, and was the moon landing fake? And if so, why the heck would anyone even do that?
But it's not just conspiracies. There's a lot of cool mysteries that we will attempt to use science to explain, such as near-death experiences, what made the Vikings go berserk, and can I control my co-host with MK Ultra?
Wait, what? Anyway, make sure to check out the Mystery of Everything podcast everywhere where you find your podcasts.
And people have depended upon and recorded the heavens for a damn long time. And one of the most important bodies up there is our little buddy, the moon.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Our little buddy.
And to emphasize how the moon has impacted life and still affects life today, we're going to make it disappear, like I said, and then take a look at the chaos left behind if our moon wasn't there. Let's start with the small things.
Yeah.
Or the smallish things.
Okay.
Nighttime would be significantly darker.
Yeah.
The moon reflects a surprising amount of sunlight off its surface, and this brightens our night sky. Now, for city folk, we wouldn't see the change per se, but it sure as hell would confuse the fuck out of everything that isn't human.
Yeah.
Animals that hunt at night, for example, would have trouble finding and killing food.
You know what's really weird? In Texas, you always knew it was a new moon because you would wake up the next day and drive and see a lot more roadkill because they wouldn't be able to see their way. Isn't that insane?
Oh my God.
So that was the day where you would see the most roadkill, was the day after a new moon.
Wow. That is so southern.
It's so southern.
It's so southern.
Disgusting. I hope I didn't turn off our listeners all of a sudden.
That was amazing. Yeah, like I love how that's your like if we didn't, it's like your instinctive way of knowing there's a new moon.
Yeah, you could also
more
look
bodies,
up at
more
night.
bodies.
That's how you know when you were driving to school or work the next day, and you'd be like, "Oh, it was the new moon last night."
Amazing. Okay. Okay. So important, like those unfortunate predators that you were just talking about, like owls and big cats that keep populations in check. So you guessed it, no moon means a lot more rodents, insects, deer, and pests and such, and all the things that come with them. Insert your imagination here.
Yeah.
Like if you had a garden, the struggle. There's like rabbits and squirrels and gophers and mice that like fucking plow through your
gophers.
crops.
Fucking gophers.
That's right.
Get the fuck out.
So farming would be a nightmare. In some, there would be an unstable shift in entire ecosystems, leading some to starve. That's right. So that's considered small.
Oh, okay. All right. I see where we're going. Okay. Actually, I don't see where we're going, but I know it's going to be a bad place.
That's right. Yeah, can't see it because it's too dark.
There you go.
Next up, even city folks would notice this difference, especially if you live along a coastline.
Oh.
Let's talk about the tides.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about this one.
They wouldn't completely stop if the moon bounced. The sun also has some gravitational pull on our bodies of water, but nowhere near as much. Okay, so according to popsci.com, there could be as much as a 2/3 reduction in ocean levels.
Oh my God.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And you may be saying, well, is that better than the oceans rising? And I'd say no, because vast differences in either direction would kill a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
That'd be, we'd wake up to a lot of land and
a lot of extra
whales
land.
and I don't know. It'd be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like, is it a new moon? I don't know. You're like, gotta be the moon. Yeah,
oh my God. It's one thing to see like a dead raccoon at the side of the, it's another thing to like wake up and see like a ton of whales flopping around in your backyard.
No.
Like, oh no thanks.
Oh God. Quoting the site, quote, entire ecosystems. Oh my God. It's Christmas. I can't talk.
No one can. It's okay.
Entire ego.
We're not even drunk.
No.
Hey, it is 3 in the afternoon.
It's 3 in the afternoon.
We're drunk on the pancakes.
Yes.
The vegan
pancake
pancakes.
drunk.
Yeah. Oh, it happens.
So let's try this again. Quote, entire ecosystems exist in the ocean areas between high and low tides. In these spaces, many species of crab, snail, barnacles, mussels, sea stars, kelp, and algae rely on the daily coming and going of the tide for survival. These ecosystems in turn feed migrating and local birds, as well as land mammals like bears, raccoon, and deer. End quote.
God.
Yeah.
This is bad.
This is very bad.
This is a bad one.
This is a devastating. And there's more. Quote.
Oh, no.
Tidal movements also help drive ocean currents, which in turn direct global weather patterns.
Oh, my God.
That's right. Currents distribute warm water and precipitation across the globe. Without them, regional temperatures would be way more extreme, as would major weather events, says Jack Burns, who heads the Network for Exploration and Science, Space Science at the University of Colorado Boulder, end quote.
Fucking Jack Burns.
Jack Burns. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
So yeah, that's right, my loves. When looking for planets that may have like life on them, one of the things researchers look for is a nearby moon. As Burns states, quote, a planet outside of our solar system needs to have a pretty good-sized moon in order for the weather systems to be calm enough to produce civilizations like ours. Without this celestial body, he says, researchers have argued that life as we know it might not exist at all. End quote. Yeah. Now, I guess you could think of the Earth as a neurotic and the moon as its therapist.
There you go.
A calming force helping to stabilize stormy, nightmarish thoughts spinning out of control.
Basically. I see.
Yeah.
This is very this is relatable science.
Relatable science.
This is a science for someone like me. I can relate to the Earth. And sometimes the moon. I have acted as a therapist.
Yes.
But let's not go into my history. Let's talk more about the moon.
So spinning out of control, you could take that literally because we're going to get into why after the break.
What?
That's right.
That's all I get?
We're coming back.
Okay.
You come back.
Hurry
Come
up
on
with the
back.
products. You'll love them.
Oh, great. Hey, everyone. Jill Chacha here from Well, That's Interesting, and I am absolutely thrilled to tell you about Spotify for podcasters. I use it, I love it, and it all started by downloading the free Spotify for Podcasters app, which has all the tools you need in one place to record and edit your masterpiece of a podcast. Spotify for Podcasters also distributes your show to all major platforms. So when you hit publish, your episodes will stream not only on Spotify, but I'm talking about the Apples, the Googles, Stitcher, Good Pods, the other ones. You get the idea. And you can monetize your podcast with no minimum listenership required. You could also set up monthly subscriptions and record ads just like this one. So what are you waiting for? Download Spotify for Podcasters today and start changing the world. Oh, and please, stay interesting. And we're back. We're still not drunk, but that's later.
No, but we are pumped.
Yeah.
I'm always asked before we come back from the break, are you ready? And I was like, I'm so ready. Hurry up. I want to fucking know what happens without the goddamn moon.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, we're going to talk about chaos and madness. It's great.
Amazing.
The usual stuff.
Yeah.
Now, before the break, we mentioned briefly about spinning out of control.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before the moon got knocked into existence, the Earth had 4-hour days.
What?
4-hour days.
That's
right.
not enough. That's not enough.
Yeah. Over 4.6 billion years, the moon's presence and gravitational pull slowed our roll. And with it being gone, that could mean our days would begin to shorten because the Earth would spin faster.
No.
That's right.
We gotta keep, I'm trying to weigh the pros and cons, but that could take a while. So let's move on and I'll think about it.
Think about a 4-hour day.
You think about it. Tell us what you would do with that 4-hour day.
It's just
I personally could use like a 30-hour day and a 2-hour work day. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
just a thought. If the moon could figure that out, love it.
Yeah. Now, not only would she spin faster year after year, her axis would get all fucked up without the moon's stabilizing gravitational pull. Our home planet has a tilt that's beautifully stable.
Gorgeous.
That's right. Varying only between 22.1 and 24.5 degrees. And right now it's a cozy 23.5 degrees.
Yumsies.
Now, why that's important is because we're hurtling through space around a very hot, very nuclear sun. Yeah. And a consistent angle gives us consistent seasons, all very predictable and very nice. It gives species time to evolve and get their migrations down, for example. We figure out what part of the year to plant a few little delicious things so they grow. Very important.
What time of year to make pumpkin bread, which is all year.
There you go.
Contrary to what a lot of people think, which is fall and winter. I like a spring pumpkin bread, to be honest. Sorry, what? Oh, we're doing a podcast. Okay, let's move back to the podcast.
I just got lost in your culinary adventure. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm not high either. I'm dead sober.
It's
Thought I'd remind everyone.
we got to do this drunk again.
Yeah.
Now, if you remove the moon, and the tilt, how you say, would vary as much as 85 degrees.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, would you like to read from astronomy.com what would happen if we went from 23.5 to basically 85 different degrees?
I would love to. I am fascinated. Okay. In an interview with astronomy.com, Paul Sutter, an astrophysicist at the Flatiron Institute, said, everything we know about the seasons would be completely out of whack. At a certain angle, some places on the planet would hardly ever see the sun at all. And at others, the sun would be overhead for months on end.
That's right.
Months on end.
Months on end.
Summer.
Midsommar.
24/7.
24/7.
Flower crowns.
That's right. So good.
Tradition.
Yeah.
Deadly
So
tradition.
we all end up in a cult at the end.
Love it.
The good news is that these changes would happen over a very lengthy period of time, and everyone listening right now would be long dead. So that's the good news. Now, the bad news is that it would still happen, and we got to stop thinking about ourselves.
Yeah.
Terrible. So what could happen to the Earth and its inhabitants? Quote, Earth could go from no tilt with virtually no seasons to a drastic tilt with extreme seasonal weather changes and ice ages in just a few 100,000 years.
Damn.
End quote. And that was from an article in popsci.com. And the author, Morgan McFall Johnson, continues by pointing to Mars as an example of a planet whose wonky, unpredictable axis causes extreme climate variation, and it has no moon to fucking stop it. Its two, air quotes, moons are actually just captured asteroids that were, like, pulled into their orbit by Mars gravity. So they're just, it's not, you know.
Faux.
They suck.
They
They
Get
totally
a goddamn
suck.
moon. Get the real goddamn thing. Get the NutriBullet and not the fake one that stops working after 2 weeks.
Oh, that sounds like an experience you had.
No, it's what I read in an Amazon review. So I forgot. I think it's like a ninja something.
So don't get the ninja, get the bullet is what you're saying.
Get the bullet.
Okay.
I've never had the ninja. This is spun out of control like an Earth with no moon. Full circle.
Hey.
Look at what I did. Okay.
So, yes. So, Elon, for example, if you're listening and you still want to colonize Mars, don't forget about the part where its axis is all sorts of fucked up and there's no moon to help stabilize the planet and its weather patterns. And I wrote here, it's like the old saying, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink because it's dead.
Yeah.
The planet is dead. Stop kicking the planet, which is a horse in this analogy.
Yes.
God
a dead one.
damn it.
Yeah.
I tried.
It was great. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I was here for it.
You were here for it?
I was so here for it.
That was the bullet of analogies. I hope so. Jesus Christ. So, how rare is something like our beloved moon? Saturn, for example, has 82 moons and counting, but
Must be nice. Sorry.
That slut. It's got 82 moons and counting, but there's no way it's ever going to spring forth any great civilizations like ours who fight over, resources. Yeah. So, according to space.com, quote, research reveals that less than 10% of terrestrial planets may have a satellite large enough to provide the stability life needs to develop, end quote. Yeah, less than 10. Outside our Milky Way, maybe one in every 20 solar systems, 10 to 20 solar systems, may be home to a similar moon, a moon created by collision, forms a size that's not too big or too small, and settles at a distance that's such a sweet spot it helps maintain weather and rotation.
So point being, we are very special.
The moon is very special. We won one of the Powerball lotteries that the universe has.
Amazing.
But the ball is like the moon and we got it.
I love that. I love that analogy.
We won. We won. You won. Merry everything, everybody.
Merry everything.
That's right.
Peace out 2020. 2020 is almost over, you guys.
It is. Sweet, lovable Jesus.
End it. End it.
End it. Email us at wellthatsinterestingpod@gmail.com. And stay interesting.
Please do.